Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and get started again back with the 365, and we're going to be moving this onto the desktop app. So if you do not have that, make sure that you do when you open this up, because you are going to have to make this, like I said, into an ebook, and the only way to do that is on your computer version of PowerPoint. And what's important to note is that this does not work on a Mac yet. So don't try to do it on a Mac. It'll tell you it's recording the sound and it's not recording the sound. I want to make sure that you are aware of that. Here when I went back to the design of this, I looked at the design ideas, and you're welcome to do this. And I liked how that looked, so I clicked on that. If you like others, you may like this one. It'll pop that in. It's whatever you would like to do, but this design option is a pretty neat one also. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to open this in the desktop app. And you'll see lots of little notices come up. You want to open Office on your computer. And yes, we know that computers have viruses. You have to make sure you're getting the right file in. Okay, so here we have the laptop version of Microsoft PowerPoint. And you'll see it is a little bit more robust. It's got more options up here. It's got more options through here. You can see the difference in what we were doing online as opposed to what is on this desktop version. So one thing I did want to show you is if you want to make the background formatted a little differently, you can go to Fill, Picture or Texture Fill, and let's say you want to choose a different background. You can take one of the pictures. I'm going to take one of the pictures that I picked and insert it here. Okay, so when I insert that, it should pick it up, and there it is. I had to delete the original background for it to show up. So it's really kind of cool because you can always go in here, and this is what people I think were looking to do in class, and change the transparency, which you can go lighter and lighter, but I like lots of colors since we're writing a book about colors. So that is how you do that. And let's say, and I still have that design background, but let's say I want to put it down here with a different design, just a plain old background. We'd still have to change this back to white, which is at the home, so you can see it. All right, and the font's obviously going to have to be a little bit bigger. What's the color? Let's bold it. It is bolded. And font size changes. There we go. I'm probably going to go like 80. I like that. That looks good. All right, so now you've got your background. If you don't like that, you can add some different things to it as well and use that as your final page. Let's try to pull that up. All right. Now some of these did not come through, and I've had this problem in the past. So I'm going to send it to the back again just to make sure that the what color do you see pops up. Right click. And you want to make sure that your book, whoops, send it back, has everything you had originally in it. Okay, so you can, like I said, make as many colors as you like. The students in class made a lot of different colors. They went through green, orange, blue, whatever colors you want. Just make sure that you've got every page in here. Now, if you are going to make this into a book itself that you print, you just go to the print option, and you haven't seen the book that we have in class, but if you print it with 2 slides per page, save a little money. You can print each of the slides in color. That's the expensive way to do it, but you can cut it in half and then laminate it and staple the pages together. Then you've got your own copy of the book that you can put in the book section of your in your book area where the kids can pick up books, and they can make their own books. Now, what you want to do now is you want to make sure that you save this file as a PowerPoint. You can save it to your OneDrive. You can save it to this PC. I'm actually going to put it on this PC. I'll put it on the desktop just because I know where it is there. I can move that later. And then what you want to do is you want to go to slideshow and record your slideshow, because this is how you're going to make your ebook. Okay, so I'm not going to actually record because that'll take a lot of time, but as you start the recording, it'll give you a countdown and it'll record as you read through the book. So you'll go from one slide to the next, all the way to the end and read the book out loud, so that when your student reads this book, they can hold the book and listen to it as they read. You've also got just an ebook if you want the students to use an ebook in class. Make sure that when you do this, I'm not sure it'll allow me to do this or not. Okay, so make sure when you do this, it's not going to let me do it, that you click through and give them time. What color do you see? And then click it and say blue. What color do you see? Red. You don't want to do it as quickly as I do. I love colors. Then you'll stop it. Okay. You will stop it. And when you save it, you're going to export it, create a video, and you're going to save it as an MP4. See the MP4? Make sure you save this and save both these versions to your Dropbox. Like I said, I'm going to put it on my desktop for now, but you want to save it to your Dropbox because we're going to use these, and I want you to see how to do this so that when you create your own ebook that you're ready to do it. Okay, once you have this, you should be set to come back to class, and I will see you on Tuesday.